Hello, I am FedoraG4mer, and welcome to another episode of Incoming Indie, a series where I take a look at interesting in-development indie games to give you a peek at what's coming down the line in the future of the indie gaming world. Today we are taking a look at 3089 by FedoraG4mer. As you can see down in the bottom corner there is version 0.92a, which means this is an alpha build, so do keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and jump right into my saved game here. This game is described as a futuristic first-person open-world RPG. The aesthetic, I would say, is retro-futuristic. It's pretty much what people thought the future looked like in the 80s. Very polygonal, very Tron-esque, I think would be a good way to describe this game in a lot of ways. But that is not at all a bad thing. I really like the aesthetic personally. It is very much an open world RPG, and well, it's I believe the worlds are procedurally generated when you start your game. So if you start a new game, you get a new world, which are similar, but everything's located in different places. I'm going to show you a little bit of the world here in the very detailed map. I really like the map actually. It's very much just a literal top-down view of the game world. Right now we're in this red zone here, which is the safe zone, for more or less. Some enemies will show up in it, but you are part of the red faction. Storyline wise, you're on a planet that is a military robot experiment planet, and pretty much there's just different armies of different color robots fighting. It doesn't really tell you what the point of it all is yet. Oh, there's another red zone. I've never actually gone very far out yet. There is an overarching storyline, and basically you're one of the androids, but there's something different about you. And that's all I'll really say. I haven't got too far into the story myself, so that's basically all I know of it so far, but there's another great feature, a couple great features on the map I'll show you while I'm on here. When you go near a building, which are where stations usually are, it will tell you what stations are nearby. So you don't have to wander around looking in buildings for a certain station that you're looking for. Also at the top there you can see a difficulty rating. And the farther I go out, the higher that difficulty rating goes. It's a good way to judge where you should be going, where you should be avoiding right now. It kind of just generally goes up as you farther out you go, as you'll see. But also the more difficult areas get you better loot. Which this is a very loot-centric game. We'll go back into this building here, and I'll show you a little bit of the item system, which is by far the most standout feature of this game. Is there any? No, there's no stations in this building. This is a pointless building. It's not where I came from. Where did I come from? Down there? Okay, let's look at the map and make sure I go somewhere useful. Yeah, that. Oh no, I want somewhere the workstation. Nothing there. That's a workstation. You can click and put a waypoint on any point in the map, which is extremely helpful. There's the waypoint there. It does play out as a first-person shooter. There is melee combat, though. Okay, now you can see some of the denizens. These are other red robots, so they are friendly to me. And it is a very interesting character design, especially the crazy laser legs. Crazy laser legs. They're so cool though. That's a turret there. Friendly. There's a big turret gunship up there. That's also friendly. Okay, let's get in here so I can show you a little bit about the loot. Where's the door? Where is the door? There it is. Alright, did I go to the wrong place? I went to the wrong place. That's why you get for talking. It's farther north than I need, or, well, whatever direction that is that I need to go to get to somewhere some of the useful stations are. It is very much an RPG with stats and skill based. You can see them here. I'll just go over these real quick. Stamina is your maximum life. Defense is defense. Energy is your maximum energy, and probably, I believe, the energy regen. It gives you a description over here. I have no skill points to spend in them, by the way. Guns increases gun damage. Melee increases melee damage. Stealth, there is stealth mode. Prestige lets you have friendly robots as companions. Programming, which I am terrible at, lets you reprogram chips, which I'll explain a little bit. Consumables increases the effect of consumable health and energy restoration items. Pilot lets you actually find those ships and pilot them. And stealing lets you steal, which is mostly used against friendly robots. Okay, I am so speedy right now. Let's take a look at the workstation. Now this is some of my equipment I have on right now. We'll take a couple pieces out here. Each piece of equipment is made up of multiple parts. Like this is armor, and at workstations you can split them up, put different pieces of armor together, and you'll get the stats of them. It's all runs on a level and rarity system. These are level 3, and within each level there's the rarity percentage between 0 and 100%, which is a good gauge of how powerful it is. I'll put that back on. You see pants, each leg, helmet has 2 parts. Then I have a couple chips installed which have a board and a CPU part. And these all just add straight to the different stats and skills. Like here's stealing, agility and defense, agility, stealth, agility and stealing, defense, radiation protection, which I've never run into any instance of that being needed yet. I believe that'll probably happen later on. Like here, right here, you'll see I have an energy launcher that's missing a piece. I'm still trying to find a decent piece to finish an energy launcher. This is my rifle. All weapons are made of 3 pieces, armors are made of 2 pieces. And this is a pretty good rifle, actually. I like it. One of the stats that you can find on rifle body parts is homing, and this one has 22.6% homing, which is much higher than any other body I've ever seen yet, actually. Which homing pretty much it does what you think it would. The higher the percentage, the more it will lazily try to adjust towards your target enemy, which is a very good thing to make up for the poor accuracy a lot of these early weapons have. This one only has very high accuracy compared to most others I found at this level of 81%. This only shoots 1 projectile though. You can get rifle bodies that have more shot count, so you're actually shooting almost like a shotgun. But I've noticed that there doesn't seem to be anything like that and have homing at the same time. But maybe I still haven't found it. I've spent a little bit of time in this game, but not a whole lot. These are health and energy consumables. So that's the main part of the item system. Is it's all buildable, all customizable. This is a grappling hook, which I'll show you a little bit later. It's a very nice grappling hook. And I can show you some of the shops here. Here's an armor shop, and you can see here it sells both fully made ones or parts of ones, and it's all randomized, and they seem to restock every so often. Though this is the little newbie area, so this will all be only level 1 and maybe some level 2s. Actually, there's quite a few level 2s. Huh, that's surprising. But I have mostly level 3 for equipment on right now for my armor, so none of that's useful to me. Here's a weapon shop. And maybe I can find the barrel I'm missing from my energy launcher. Well, I'll buy it. It's not too great of a barrel. Well, actually, it's got really good out. Oh, I gotta go to the workstation to put them together. My bad. So yeah, I finally completed that energy launcher. I've been looking for a decent barrel for a while. So we will put that together. And now I have a functional energy launcher, which I've never actually used one yet, so we'll see how that works. Up here we have special, which these are always fully designed, even though you can take them apart and swap out the parts. But these are grappling hooks, time warp. These are all don't fit into the weapon or armor category. Time warp slows down time of the enemies around you, which is quite useful. Telelocator and hoverboards. None of these hoverboards are useful to me because of their burden limit, though, which I'll talk about momentarily, I'm sure. Telelocator kind of shoots like a grenade launcher, a little ball that bounces, and then you right click and you teleport to where that ball is at. Very useful, but I like the grappling hook better. The grappling hook works something like this. Whoop. It's great for getting around quickly, getting over things, getting away from enemies that are trying to ruin your life. Now let's go into the RPG elements. It doesn't work on any kind of traditional experience system. It works on very quest-based. Quests reward skill points. You improve yourself with the skill points. I don't think there's a quest hub in there. No. There's crates, which can have random items in them. Or nothing, like that one. But yeah, you complete quests to get skill points. There is story quests, which I haven't done any of them besides the original one yet. That's what that red X right there is pointing me towards where next story quest is. But then there's these generated quest hubs that have randomly generated quests. Let's find a simple one to do. Most of these are high paying. Let's see. I don't like those protecting someone ones. These are actually kind of complex ones. So we'll go to the easiest one. I'll accept that quest. And now it will give you a quest marker. There it is. There's no fall damage in this game, which is awesome, because I do a lot of jumping out of high places. I need to get close to the quest marker, then protect that person for 1 minute and 26 seconds. And we got a blue guy in the red area. He's probably going after the quest marker I'm supposed to protect. Let's go ahead and see how far away that is. I am close to it, and that blue guy is definitely going towards that. Where is he? There he is. I'm using an energy rifle, which has a nice benefit of being able to do a charge shot by holding right click. Ah, that didn't. Come on. The homing's not working too well, so apparently that guy's on. Oh, I hit him. It's kind of out of my range. Come on. There we go. Took him out. I guess I should get close enough to him for the counter to start before I start messing with the enemies. Okay. Take you out. I have actually a rather strong weapon for these level of quests. So I'm probably just going to dominate this. Another health refiller. That's always nice. Those red ones explode, so don't blow them up when you're really near them. That doesn't turn out very well. Okay, is there any more enemies coming, or I'm just going to stand around for a few? Oh, I see a shadow. I see shadow flying things. Where are oh, they're friendly flying things. Alright, well, we can talk about the different weapons while we hang out here, waiting for the timer to count down. There is a very limited amount of different types of weapons right now. As I said, this is an alpha. There's pistol, rifle, laser pistol, laser rifle, launcher, and laser launch or energy launcher. So there's pretty much a physical ammunition type and a energy type of every weapon. I'm using an energy rifle right now. Energy rifles don't take physical ammunition, which costs you extra burden weight and money to keep on hand. But they use energy. Once your energy gets down to under 25%, it will automatically regen back up to 25%. So there's always that 25% you're going to have. So you'll always have ammunition, but you won't be able to shoot very rapidly. Okay, next step of it. You won't be able to shoot very rapidly because you'll be having to wait for your energy to regen back to 25%. Energy weapons, at least the pistol and the rifle, I don't know about the launcher, have that charge up effect. Also, I don't think I've ever seen homing shots on physical ammunition weapons. The advantage to physical weapons is, again, you don't have that limitation of energy once you get less than 25%. You can have a bunch of ammo and just keep on firing until you run out of ammo. And then you can also get additional parts beyond the 3 basic parts to improve the physical weapons like rifles and pistols. You can get scopes for and make such as... Is that a blue guy? Or is it just the lighting? It's just the lighting. Okay, it's just that light. So you can pretty much make a rifle into a sniper rifle. Let's see. Talk to him. Okay. Simple enough. Yes, I need to talk to you. And bam, that quest is done. I get some points. Let's go ahead and shoot the launcher. I've never actually shot a launcher. No, this is only a single projectile launcher. I've seen enemies. Oh, big explosion though. Huh. It has a very... Yeah, see, I'm too low on energy to fire it. This thing actually takes a lot of energy to fire. But it does a lot of damage in a good explosion radius. I thought it was going to shoot like a grenade launcher, but no, it's more like a missile launcher. It's a very straight projectile. Alright, I'll try out the launcher soon. Alright, you can also get silencers for rifles and pistols, which help when you're trying to be all stealthy, which I can go into stealth mode by going like this. Now I'm stealth mode. It makes you really slow. So, you know, there's pros and cons to both, and there's some fighting going on over there, so I'm going to go see what's happening. Actually, I'll spend those points. Now, as for spending points, one thing you're going to spend a lot of points in is agility. Agility is your burden rate. This is one factor I don't like. I think it's a little more restrictive than it needs to be, but I'm going to go ahead and put 3 of my points into that, so my max burden goes up. You hit your burden max quite quickly, but the max isn't a hard max. It just starts slowing you down and reducing your jump. Now let's go into defense, energy, and guns. Remember how fast I was to begin with? I'm not quite as fast now that I picked up a few items. Well, actually, now that I'm holding the launcher, and I'm not even holding very many items, and I'm near the max. And this is another big limitation that comes from burden, is let's see, what's a good term for these? All the items that are movement based have a max supported burden. This has a 90 burden, so if I pick up a couple more items, bam, I can't use my grappling hook anymore. Same with the telelocators and the hoverboards. They both have the max. The hoverboards are cool. I don't have one on hand because I haven't found one that has a useful enough max burden. Can I charge? Oh, I can charge shot the launcher. That's awesome. You hold still. No? Jeez, I can only fire like... Oh, it has homing. So this is pretty much like... Oh, see, that's what I've seen launchers do before. So my launcher ended up being kind of different. It takes so much energy, though. That's not really useful right now. I mean, I could up my energy by using one of those, but I'll burn through it so quick with that launcher. I need to get parts that are less energy usage. Come on. Die. Thank you. And we're going to keep picking up items. I'm going to show you the restrictive nature of the agility system. As you can see, I'm actually a little bit slower now, just from picking up a few items. It's an energy launcher part, level 1, so it's not too useful to me. That's unmanned. Oh, hey. We'll take you out. Yeah, now I'm slower now even. And I think I'm probably over the weight of using my grappling hook. The accuracy is pretty bad, and it's too far away for the homing to be very useful. Something, I hear shots. Is something shooting at me? I don't know. It's one of my red guys out here attacking the blues. Kill all them blues. Aha. Thank you. Get another piece here. Hey, you. I destroy these level 1 guys with this rifle. Here's a hoverboard, but it's a level 1 hoverboard, so it's not going to support enough burden even if I dropped everything besides my armor. My armor is level 3, and it's because that's quite heavy. Now as you see here, I'm moving a lot slower and don't jump as high than I was originally. It's because my burden is 94 now, which I cannot use my grappling hook yet, or at this point. You die. Oh hey, you survived a shot. Come on. Thank you. Pick something else up. And now I'm slower. So yeah, it's in development, and if the developer watches this, a little bit of feedback from me is to make the burden system a little less restrictive. I respect it being there, but it's a bit too restrictive in my opinion. Perhaps up the amount of burden you get per agility by, like, I don't know, 20%, and then to make the movement type items more useful and stop being useless once you pick up a few items, add 10 to each of them, like the 30 burden ones, up them to 40 burden max, the 60, 70 burden max, the 90s up it to 100 burden max, and it would be a little less restrictive, but still there and still restrict considerably. That guy took a beating. Pick up more, get slower. I am now at 98% burden. And you can drag yourself down real quick. You can end up being very slow, and then if you end up needing to run away, it's not as effective. See, I'll show you. Here is the grappling gun. Cannot support my burden. Well, screw you too. I'm not fat. You die. Thank you. More loot. I do a lot of running around killing stuff, picking up loot, and then going and selling it to just make sure I have a good bankroll at all times. One thing I would like to see is all the different stats that are on these items. I'd like to see more interesting ones. The guns have some interesting ones like homing, shot count, explosive range, which some parts have, explosive some don't. So my rifle right now is almost like a mini rocket launcher. It actually has an AoE explosion effect, as well as homing, which it's a really nice rifle. The parts I found are really good for the point in the game I'm at already, which I've spent about 4 hours in this game. Actually, I'm really enjoying it. But I wish there was some more interesting effects, like maybe armor that had a percentage chance of reflecting a shot. So maybe 10% chance of shot reflection. That'd be pretty cool. Wow, I straight sniped that guy. And more interesting things on the weapons as well. Maybe like cryogenic shots, ice shots, slow down enemies. If it's not killed in one shot, it's slowed. Some kind of status abnormalities, such like that. Maybe some of the launchers, instead of multiple projectiles. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I pissed off a turret of my own because he was behind that. Break line of sight. Once you're out of their line of sight for a little while, they'll forget about you and no longer be pissed at you. Which is good. Otherwise, it would easily piss off all of the friendlies and make the game pretty unplayable. You would have no save zone. I'll show you something else, the prestige stat. Here, come follow me, dude. Oh, nope, I need... He's patrolling a turret, so he won't help me. You over here. How about you? Nope, I don't have a high enough prestige. I had a prestige item on before that would let me grab a couple of them, but I took it off for stats that I'm actually focusing on. But I can show you stealing. You have to be behind them, or at least not in direct front line of sight. You just walk up and press R. Oh, and he caught me. And now he's pissed at me. Now I just gotta get out of his line of sight for a while. I usually don't fail on these little guys in the little newbie area. I'll just run away farther. Alright, well that's how stealing works, when it works. I'll try another one. Hey buddy, how you doing? I'm just gonna pat you on the back. Energy stolen, which is one of those energy refilling pill things. Robo pills? Maybe that's what they are. They're pills for robots. Yay, the rain stopped. So yeah, I wish there was more interesting effects and more weapon variety, which I'm sure this is probably all in the plans. Another thing I'd really like to see is a consumable grenade item that put in your weapons, but it acts like a consumable limited number, giving me more use for credits since I have quite a few credits and not much to do with them right now. And you could have some interesting randomized stats on grenades, kind of Borderlands-esque, splitting grenades, bouncing grenades, homing grenades, all that kind of cool stuff. I'd really like to see that. It'd be nice added burst damage for a price. Should we do another quest? Nah, I think this video's been about long enough. I mentioned this is an alpha, but you can buy it. Ooh, meteor shower. I wanted to show you this actually, so this is a good time. I'll start here momentarily. You can buy it on Desura or the developer's website, which I'll have a link to in the description. So it's pretty much alpha funding. Meteor showers happen from time to time. When it gives you the warning to seek shelter immediately, do it. Those things one-shot you no matter how strong you are. They do insane damage. They're meant to kill you if they hit you. And there's nothing more nerve-wracking than sprinting towards your building during a meteor shower trying not to get nailed by one. I've done it though. It's actually quite entertaining, but also nerve-wracking. Let's try the launcher again. I want to see how much energy it actually takes. 15% energy per shot. Jeez. It's got a huge blast radius though. But anyway, it's for sale. You can buy this game right now, even though it's an alpha. And do keep in mind it's an alpha. So it's more or less being alpha funded. But I highly recommend this game. I'm having so much fun with it. I played it for 4 hours at least. Maybe it was more than that. Because I just didn't want to stop playing to start recording. So that's always a good sign. I like it so much that I will probably be adding it to my indie game store, in fact. Well, I've been FedoraG4mer. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.